same thing as the MLB. We have the betting scandal. So I will not even try to pronounce his first name, but it's Marsano, I believe is his last name. Probably got that wrong too. But he is permanently banned from the MLB. He bet on not only his team, but other teams. I'm pretty sure he has claimed to have gambled more than $150,000 across more than 400 baseball bets, including the MLB international contests. Like I said, even his own team was the Pirates back then. He was on the Padres when he technically got banned. And then just so you guys know, the MLB rule is that their personnel are allowed to partake in sports gambling, provided that is legal in their jurisdiction, so just wherever you live. And they do not bet on a diamond sport. So that's either baseball or softball. They can bet on anything else as long as it's legal where they live.
Oh, I didn't know that.
But not on baseball or softball. So they just kind of can enforce that law. And they banned Marsano, if I'm going to say that right. And then Michael Kelly, I believe, is just suspended. He's an athletics reliever, and then a couple of minor league players. I think it's Jay Groom, Jose Rodriguez, and Andrew Salafranca.
A little minor league guys.
Nothing crazy. I mean, it's not that many people, but I think it's something that's going to come up even more. So I'll kind of... There's one person in general that comes up a lot with sports betting when you're talking about baseball.
Petey.
But yes.
Petey.
So I'll let you kind of...
Petey Rose.
See what you think, and then we'll get into it a little bit.
I think Pete Rose's situation is stupid because he literally bet on his team to win.
Yeah.
And okay, you bet on your team to win. That's awesome. You literally have no outcome unless you're going to the other team's manager going, I put $1 million down. Yeah. If we win, we get $10 million. I'll give you $4 million. He didn't do that, but at least that we know of.
Yeah.
I think it's interesting because sports betting, to me, in my opinion, across all sports should be illegal. It should be a written rule in every single major sport because, one, you already make enough money, and two, I would always get worried about the fact that, okay, name players. Julio Rodriguez is good friends with Kyrie Irving. I don't know if they are friends. But and you look at it and say, hey, Kyrie goes, Julio, I'm going to put down $10 million. You need to strike out 3 times. Julio can strike out 3 times, and Kyrie will go, I put $10 million down. We're gonna win $200 million or whatever the crazy numbers they could bet down are, and I'll give you $100 million of it. Now, Kyrie's walking with 100, Julio's walking. That's going to become the issue. I agree that obviously you shouldn't be able to bet on your own sport, and that's been the main rule forever. I think sports betting, to me personally, has gotten completely out of hand. You have people that are our age and younger that are losing a lot of money to sports gambling.
Throwback to NASCAR.
Yeah, literally. And I think it's fun. I think it can bring entertainment value to the sport if you do it really responsibly. I'm not going to say I have never done it. I've gone and thrown $5 down on a game just for fun, just to keep the game kind of spicy, to keep my attention into it. But I think like the Pete Rose situation's dumb. I think as a professional, every league should just come together and say, one, most of these guys are making enough money to live and be fine.
Yeah.
And this is just one of the rules. You just can't bet on anything. Just because, again, I just feel like you're going to get these insider type trading deals of, oh, I rub your back, you rub mine type of thing. And I don't really want that to happen.
I think the only thing, talking about Pete Rose, it'd be interesting to know what the rule was back then. I did not look that up.
I think it was just betting in general. Like you could
that would be...
It was illegal,
yeah.
But I think the lifetime ban is stupid when the fact that, like, to me, the fact that you're going to look at it and A-Rod, Barry Bonds, Pete Rose.
Yes.
I know, but the people that have been caught cheating, Ryan Braun, all these other guys that have been caught cheating, Robinson Cano is probably going to make the Hall of Fame. There's a good chance he will. A-Rod will make the Hall of Fame. If you're going to allow that situation to go through,
if they go through, then Pete Rose
needs to, and that's where I find the problem is because you can't allow one person to cheat and one person to kind of cheat. He didn't even cheat. He literally was betting on the Reds to win, and the Reds lost, and he's like, well, I lost money. So I kind of look at it different. I'm pretty sure the rule was back then was just more black and white, where it was just like no betting.
Yeah. That's what sucks. I mean, because if you look at his situation, like, yes, he was just betting on his team. Mm-hmm. Like, I feel like it sets a bad precedent. He unfortunately took the right.
Well, and that's why I think it should just be completely banned in all sports, because a lot of you get like kids and people our age and that want to become the next LeBron, the next whatever, and you look at these situations and you go, if LeBron bets, or if Kyrie tweets out, this is my over under,
Yeah.
I'm going to follow him. I mean, you have people that will pay people to, look at what they're betting. Yeah, be your bookie or whatever, because they think, and to me, it's just mind boggling. Like,
yeah,
if you're going to bet on anything, go bet on real estate and buy some land or something. Like,
yeah,
I think it should be illegal across the board in all major sports as athletes. After you're done, I'd say after like 10 to 20, 15 years after you retire, kind of like, you have to wait 5 years to get back in the Hall of Fame. You wait 15 years and then you're like, yeah, yes, you can do it. Because now you might not know these guys. You might not be as good friends with them or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I mean, it's just like when we both worked at NASCAR, like we weren't allowed to bet on any races.
So well, yeah, and our friend...
he had quote-unquote inside information. Not quite sure what information they're looking
so
at.
Much. But... Sam was hanging out with all the drivers all the time.
But yes, so I never did bet.
Well, and it's like Caleb, our good friend Caleb Lee, he works at Florida. He can't bet on any sports.
Oh, yeah.
And he's a employee at the University of Florida. He is not a player. He's not... Yeah. He is just... And like, why can't he bet on... the NBA? Why can't he bet on... He can't bet on anything.
It's crazy.
And I think that's how it should be. That's a sacrifice you make by getting into the sports world.
Yeah. I mean, if that's the rule they have, I think it's totally fine. Mm-hmm. So whatever they set.
Yeah. And someone like Caleb is like, cool, I'm chill with it. I'm gonna work at Florida where I want to work. So
cool. Thanks for watching the Kind of Athletic podcast. Please make sure to like and subscribe on all of our social medias, and we will see you next week.